Everyone says Uniqlo is the best affordable fashion brand in the world, but is it actually that good? Well, I'm gonna build an entire wardrobe just from Uniqlo. I've got a £500 budget to build the perfect wardrobe from scratch. I need everything: t-shirts, trousers, hoodies, joggers, but obviously there is a massive catch. I can only use Uniqlo. And to make it as realistic as possible, I'm only shopping online, so this is exactly how you guys could do it yourself if you wanted to. The goal here is simple. Can you genuinely dress well in 2026 without spending thousands of pounds on clothing? But by the end of the video, we will see how much did the entire Uniqlo wardrobe actually cost, what are the best items from Uniqlo, and if Uniqlo really deserves the hype it gets online. So let's get into the fun part, the buy-in. Now, I do have a £500 budget, but for the purpose of the video, we really do want to keep it as low as possible to show you guys, who might even be on a tighter budget, that you don't need loads of money to dress well. So let's see if Uniqlo is really worth the online hype. The importance of a good wardrobe is completely based on foundations, right? So you need the foundations first. You're talking colorways are basic, you're talking the fits and proportions are pretty basic, you're talking t-shirts, trousers, shorts. The only thing obviously we can't do for this channel is shoes, but as long as you have those basics, then you can accessorize. So if you look on the men's here, they do have like accessories, they do have other stuff you can actually use and utilize. So for starters, some of the most iconic Uniqlo items, because these are the items that people basically want the most, it's the Airism cotton. They are drop shoulder, they're very quite baggy, and they have quite long arms, so we are going to grab these. These are arguably one of the best t-shirts of all time. I mean, look at those reviews. It's 4.8 over 1,000. I mean, it'd be way more than that, by the way. We're going to go one white and then we're going to go one black. That's all you need in your t-shirt rotation. You actually need 2 t-shirts if you're washing regularly, right? Like washing the t-shirt regularly. You should be washing every day, bro. But you can wear them 2 days in a row t-shirts, as long as you're not like in the super hot climate. 2 in the cart already. We're going to go straight to sweats. Okay, so you have the classic Uniqlo pullover, which is £35. It is kind of fire. It gives me like Yeezy Gap. Probably want to size down on these as well. I'm probably going to grab one in just a black, and I'm going to get a small. Again, super high reviews. What are the ratings saying? 1.2k 5-star. That's literally insane, and it fits roughly true to size. So maybe I should get a medium. I will go medium. We're gonna look at fleeces. Obviously, it is summer in the UK right now. However, this is the best time to buy winter stuff because it's cheaper, which is fucking great. I actually quite like the green. I'm gonna grab that in green. I think that's really cool. £30 for a fleece. I'm a little bit sus on that. I'll be interested how good quality that actually is. I don't know if I fully believe that, but that's the basics done for now. I'm gonna have a quick look at the shirts. I'm not a button-up kind of guy. I do quite like the look of that though. I don't know. That's £40, but that looks really nice. We're gonna add it. I'm gonna add it, and then we're gonna see. I'm gonna size down because I'm not a shirt guy. We need to get some jeans, shorts, and joggers. So we need 3 pairs. We need 1 pair of jeans, 1 pair of shorts, 1 pair of joggers. Basic Uniqlo baggy jeans, selvage denim. It's actually a really good price for selvage denim. It's under £40, which is really great. You want to size up on these, so I'm gonna go 33-inch. JW Anderson collaboration. Good thing about this color of denim, but it goes with everything, which is great. Jogs and sweatpants, I know exactly what I'm going for. These are so good. I'm wearing a pair now. These are these sweat wide shorts. They are phenomenal. At £24, probably the best shorts I've ever owned. I mean, look at them. They are absolutely sensational. They're gorgeous. I'm gonna get them in grey because the grey goes with everything so well. And I want to get the same. I want to get Uniqlo wide sweat joggers. Here we go. So these are the wide sweat joggers in grey. I'm gonna grab a pair of these. Okay, we're gonna size small in a grey. Just for the purpose of the video. I probably need a medium, but we just need some accessories. The accessories are really important. So sunglasses wise, I'm gonna go for a slimmer frame. I'm more like a budget Cartier frames. Here we go. These are the rectangle frames. These are nice. Fire. I like them. Then £20, you can't go wrong. I need to check the UV. You should always check the UV protection. UV 400, approximately 99% of UV rays. That's pretty good, I think. The round shoulder bag. I'm going to try it because it's so popular. And we're going to get a nice basic black. Maybe we'll go grey. I'll go grey, a bit easier to style. We'll go with the grey one. I do want a belt. A belt's a really nice way to accessorize, especially if you've got t-shirts that are cropped, like the Uniqlo ones. I kind of like the brown one, you know. I don't know if that's a terrible idea. Boom, let's try the brown. I think that should be enough. I really don't want to overcommit with this one. Boom, £300 later. Let's see when this turns up and if it's actually going to be any good. I'm really happy we only spent 300 quid. Let's see. I think we've done really well. A few accessories, nothing too crazy. Let's get it, boys. Finally, guys, about a week later, everything has arrived. We have a lot of parcels. We have a lot of items to unpack. I've already taken them out of the packaging. Surprised how much stuff I actually got. I am about 6 foot and weigh roughly 175 kg, I think. I definitely am 5'11", 6 foot-ish. That's my stats. I'll tell you the size I bought for everything. Now, every wardrobe needs a black and white t-shirt. Yeah, that's all you need, especially if you're washing them regularly. We're gonna start with a white one. This is one of the most popular t-shirts of all time, probably the most popular blank tee ever. This is the Uniqlo Airism tee. It's called the Uniqlo Oversized Airism tee. You do need to size down on this one. These come in at just under £20. These are not pre-shrunk, so they are gonna shrink a little bit in the wash. It's basically half cotton and then half synthetic polymers, which is fine. It feels really soft. Like initially it feels really soft, which is quite good. It's a warm t-shirt because of the fiber inside the tee, the lining of it. It does get quite warm. It's definitely not a super lightweight t-shirt. It is quite heavyweight, so it's not going to keep you that cool in the summer, I must admit. However, quality wise, it's pretty decent. You do need to stay on top of washing this, because if you miss a wash, what I will say is my previous experience with the tees, especially the white Airism tee, is that it gets crusty pretty damn quickly. You don't want to be the crusty guy. You want to make sure your tees are clean. Probably want to roll the sleeves up one, because they are quite long and oversized. The Uniqlo Airism tee does make you look a little bit slimmer, which is great if you're a bigger guy, but if you're a skinnier guy like me, probably not what you want to go for. I would also just think about cropping the tee a little bit as well. Just fold it up one. You might have a bit of a better fit. It's a little bit controversial. Some people love the Airism tee, other people don't like it so much, but ultimately for £20, you can't really go wrong. I like the white one. This is good. However, the black is definitely better. Do need to crop it a little bit. I've cropped it just a little bit, but yeah, the fit on this is pretty amazing. I love the black on the wash of the blue. Yeah, I mean, for every day, I probably do prefer a black t-shirt, especially with if you can accessorize a little bit, it goes super, super well. It's not a really expensive t-shirt, not made out of like pure bamboo, but it does give off that look of looking really, really great and aesthetic. What I am going to do, guys, I'm going to rate each of these individual items. I actually really love the black, much better than the white. I think it's way more striking. I always prefer a black tee. Obviously in summer, like if it gets really hot, you can't really wear black. What I will say is that I looked at the description of the listings, and because it's a cotton blend, you do not want to wash it very high. It needs to be like kind of 30 degrees. If you are prone to like dropping food and just getting dirty and shit, like especially on the white tee, you need to be careful, because if you wash it too hot, it's going to shrink drastically and you can't tumble dry this kind of stuff. Uniqlo Airism tee, I'm giving it a very respectable 6.5 out of 10. Doesn't quite live up to the crazy hype, but it is pretty good. Now, ladies, this is the premium linen regular collar long sleeve shirt. Is it long sleeve? Oh, I thought it was short sleeve, but that's fine. Now, linen's obviously really good for summer because it's quite light, it's pretty breathable, and this shirt in particular, I do really quite like. Great holiday pieces. They're quite stylish, but they're also pretty smart. I'm not a massive shirt man. However, the linen shirt trend, especially in the summer, is absolutely huge and really, really popular. And I must admit, just looking at it in the mirror, it is pretty clean. And this is someone who doesn't particularly look that good in linen shirts. I've tucked it in a little bit and brought it over the waist so it doesn't look terribly tucked in. I did size down on this one because I just know a lot of things on Uniqlo do fit oversized. I do like that oversized aesthetic, so I went for a size small. But I do kind of like this. I think this would look really good with a nice pair of shorts. It doesn't feel as warm as the t-shirt did, which is kind of weird, but the quality feels quite nice. The buttons are cool. It is a nice maybe evening shirt. Linen shirt, I'm giving a very respectable 8 out of 10. Right, troops, yes, I'm currently in my boxers. However, we are now trying shorts, baby. So these are the viral Uniqlo sweat shorts. Now, I'm going to wear them with the linen shirt for now, which isn't the best combo in the world. I went true to size on these, so I got a size medium. They are very, very popular. They are around £20 off the top of my head. I am wearing black socks with them, which is a bit of an L. Probably my favorite item. I think they're absolutely fantastic. They do feel a little bit plasticky, and they have some reviews on that like that online. They're quite smooth, which is because they use that blend of polymer and cotton. In terms of an outfit, in terms of affordability, in terms of how they look, I think they're amazing. You can style them up. I'm literally wearing it with a shirt right now. You can style them with a shirt. They work with any type of trainer. The fit on them is perfect. You want to sag them just a little bit. The thing that is really, really important for me as a fashion creator is documenting and showing people and putting people on to things that are, one, affordable, but two, easy to style. Uniqlo shorts, super easy to style, super easy to wear, and they ultimately look really, really good. And yeah, I love the grey colorway. The heather grey is perfect. 10 out of 10 for me. Genuinely, 10 out of 10. The only negative on these shorts, probably there's no zip pockets. I love a zip pocket. I'm a sucker for a zip pocket. However, the pockets are not like gappy and phones don't fall out. So keep that in mind. That's a very important thing I forgot. Next up, the iconic Uniqlo Club C sweatpants. These are also known as grey joggers. Because these are so popular, I did have to get a size small. I would usually be a medium. These are genuinely so popular. These have like sold out in the summer. I love the elastic waist. They just sit really nicely. They are super comfortable. The same material as the shorts. They are just effectively longer. They are a straight sweatpant, and I personally would wear these because they're a little bit baggy with a much tighter fitted shirt, something like this. They look great with lighter colors, but they really contrast really nicely with a darker black. I also love how they sit on your shoes, on your footwear. These are very well priced. They wash you right because I have had these before. The pockets could be a little bit deeper. 2 back pockets, exactly like the short versions. So yeah, Uniqlo, the sweatpants and the sweatshorts so far, incredibly impressed. 10 out of 10 on these. This, ladies and gents, is raw denim. We have the Uniqlo and JW Anderson collaboration. These were a little bit pricey. I think they were like 35 40, 50 pounds in that price range. So these, as I mentioned, J.W. Anderson collaboration. They are these selvage denim, so they're definitely not 100% raw denim. They feel quite a lot more flexible than normal raw denim, which is good because raw denim is quite a kind of aggressive and hard to wear. Keep that in mind if you do want like pure raw denim. I don't think these are that, but the actual fit of them is really nice. They're a lot more structured than a normal denim pant. They're a little flared at the bottom, or they feel a little bit flared because they are quite long. And I've got quite a regular fit, so they do fit pretty long, but I love the color. I think navy jeans are where it's at. They're actually, I would argue they're easier to style than washed light blue jeans or black jeans. I think navy is definitely where it's at, especially if you're just getting into fashion or streetwear. Having a navy pair of jeans is pretty basic, and like a really quite dark blue. They're super easy to wear and style. As I've mentioned this whole video, it seems to be a trend that Uniqlo have done really well, that they're pretty affordable, and two, that it's almost hard to not look good in the stuff. So far, this wardrobe just does the foundations and the basics really, really well. These are nice. These feel a bit more premium than the rest of the stuff for sure. Yeah, I'm a big fan of these actually. They're definitely not the most baggy jeans in the world, so keep that in mind. Honestly, I would say one of the perfect day-to-day pairs of jeans. I'm going 9 out of 10. The only thing that will make these better, maybe they'd be a tad baggier. Only a few items left, guys, but we've really made a good dent into this. This is one of the most exciting items I'm looking forward to. This is the Uniqlo C medium black hoodie. So this is their mainstream pullover hoodie, their most popular hoodie. So let's try this. Immediately, it isn't like super thick, so it might be quite a good summer hoodie if you were into that. First impressions, it's okay. I'm not a huge fan of it, to be honest, yet. I much prefer my hoodies a bit more cropped and boxy, a bit baggy or a bit thicker. This is quite a thin hoodie. It's quite a light hoodie, but if you care about not having super heavy on something heavy on your body, I feel like this is definitely for you. The pockets are super comfortable. Then they're like kind of like they're lined a little bit of a softer fabric, which is really nice, especially for the winter. The hood is really good. Again, I look terrible in hoods, so don't judge this based off what I'm wearing right now. Lots of baggy hoodie hoods and lots of like modern hoods. They're just way too, you can't even wear them. They come down to like here, right? It's crazy. You can't even see. The hood is good. I feel like this hoodie could be more elevated. It could be pushing the boundaries a little bit more. But I guess what I've learned from this buying the Uniqlo wardrobe is that they are trying to do the basics so well, which they do. So, you know, full credit to them. The hoodie is probably a little bit too basic for me. The hoodie, we give a 5 out of 10. And the final apparel item before we get onto the accessories, we have the fleece. This is so soft. Oh my God. This is from a slightly different range. It actually comes with a care wash label here. Oh, it's really thick. Like really thick, bro. This is fire. Have I never tried this before? I know I might look like a bit of a farmer right now, like a 40-year-old dad. I love it. This is so sick. Zip, really nice crisp zip. I love the pipeline on the waist, so it kind of automatically crops a little bit. If it's not cropped enough for you, you can fold it over. You can fold it in, and it will kind of give you a bit more of an aggressive crop. If you want to be super practical, if you do zip the fleece all the way up, it does give you a lot of warmth around the neck, and that's really important in the winter. I know we're not in the winter now, but that is really important for layering in the winter, because it means you can put a jacket over the top and it can still keep your neck warm, because often that's where drafts get in, because the jacket here isn't usually very thick, but the fleece can be. I absolutely love this. This is probably the only item that isn't like really easy to style and like takes a bit of work to kind of look cool and polished and stuff, but that I don't really care about that. I feel like this is the best quality item I've felt so far. I feel great in this. I absolutely love this. Uniqlo, I'm incredibly impressed. Not the most elevated piece in the world. It will take a little bit of work to kind of style really nice if you want to wear it cool and bougie, but if you just want like an everyday fleece to rock on or to put on, I think this is going to look really good. The only negative about this, it doesn't look kind of amazing undone, but I don't think too many fleeces do. It doesn't look bad, but it does droop a little bit. Uniqlo fleece, I'm giving 9.7 out of 10. Troops, we are now on to the accessories. I did buy a couple of accessories because accessorization is really important in fashion. The round mini shoulder bag, unbranded nylon bag. So it has a buckle, you can unbuckle it whilst my little brain figures out how to wear it. I have managed to loosen it a little bit, not too much. It's fine, it's okay. I'm not blown away by it. This is pretty basic. It is a bag, it's fine. It's a 6 out of 10. Now these I'm really looking forward to. So these are the Uniqlo UV protection sunglasses. So firstly, they actually do have UV protection, which is really important because some like budget sunglasses just won't have them and they don't tell you. Cartier sunglasses are kind of like the standard for like sunglasses, if you like fashion sunglasses. So I've gone with the same kind of vibe, like the kind of really thin rectangle frames. These are like 20 quid or something like that. Yeah, I love them. These are so good, bro. They are quite tight, so if you've got a big head, if you want to rearrange them a little bit, you can probably adjust them. They don't sit on your nose like super comfily because they do have these like white things that I don't really particularly like too much. I'll let that pass because these are fire. Uniqlo sunglasses, 10 out out of 10. I'm going to put these straight into my rotation. Bro, we f***ing cooked. This is really good. We can cook with this. We can work with this. And the final accessory of the day, ladies, the belt. This is the leather belt. I'm not usually a massive belt guy. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not a huge belt fan. They can sometimes feel a little bit uncomfortable around the waist. However, this does feel nice. Now, the purpose of the belt in 2026 is obviously to hold your jeans in place, to make if the jeans too big for you. But ultimately, it's a massive style factor. If you're wearing like a t-shirt and then just jeans or a denim or whatever it may be, it's fine. But if the t-shirt's a bit cropped, you're going to have like the waist exposed, and that waist could be accessorized more and look probably a little bit better with a belt. Look, like I said, I'm not a huge belt guy. I'd much rather my jeans without a belt, but that's not true for most fashion creators, especially. They really do well with accessorizing and belts. Pretty good. Like, the belt itself is great. For me, it's probably something I would pass on. But if you are, like I said, trying to elevate your style and not just have the basics sorted, definitely pick up a belt. Uniqlo belt. Nothing wrong with it. It's pretty good. 7 out of 10. So that brings the Uniqlo wardrobe to a complete end. But how good was it? Well, so look, we spent a couple of £100 effectively, and we built our entire new wardrobe just from Uniqlo. The one thing I will say, I knew Uniqlo was going to be good, but I didn't know it was going to be that good. I was pleasantly surprised. They did have a few items like the accessories, like the sunglasses, the belt, and the fleece that were like kind of 10 out of 10ers. If you are just getting into fashion, streetwear, whatever it may be, you're just trying to increase your fashion game, you can definitely spend a few £100 at Uniqlo, maybe even less, and effectively rebuild your wardrobe if you're willing to do it on a pretty basic level. This does work. This is a year's rotation of stuff without like a jacket effectively. So, and the footwear. Uniqlo, heavily impressed. Uniqlo, you cook, bro. Guys, please make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, because it did cost me not too much money, but enough money. And subscribe for more fashion related content. Love you guys. Peace.